So today is January 30, and we start our third meeting, third class. Thank you for joining us. And I would like to start with sharing your experiences or whatever happened during the week, because when I came in, I heard somebody was sharing. Can you please? Have you noticed any changes or something, maybe something unusual or whatever you would like to share?
This is Francis here. I'll just start. I noticed the next day, in the morning in particular, I was very emotional. Mm-hmm. And I assume that was kind of just some sort of emotional release going on. But it was, it was pretty strong. So that was my big change.
Were you able to let it go?
Yeah, I wasn't focused on anything in particular, really.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through kind of my morning routine of, meditation and connecting. And, there were times I was just kind of, teary or weepy through it. And, that's happened to me before. So it's not, entirely unusual.
Uh-huh.
But to me, that's a good thing. It's like something shifting out of my emotional body, and that's good.
Yeah, that's definitely good, especially if you were able to let it go, because this is an art of healing. You need to let it go. Whatever pops up, the main purpose to let it go. Then it could disappear forever. And actually this is how healing happened. Okay, thank you, Francis. Anybody else?
I can say something. I felt great after the meditation on Monday night, and I used it again throughout the week. So I used it once to let go of feeling competitive with other people. And that was really nice at the end of it to kind of feel like a freedom from not being concerned about how I perform related to other people. Mm-hmm. And then I used it again for the theme that no one loves me and I don't know what I'm talking about. And that was really beautiful, because after I used it for those two, I noticed like so much light. Like I just noticed in the meditation there was intense amount of light. And throughout my day yesterday, it was just like I was able to watch shows that I can't watch. Like I typically, like my baseline, I can't watch a lot of TV shows with violence in them or with betrayal. So like I can't watch Downton Abbey usually. I just can't. It's too much for me. But after doing this meditation, I could watch like a show like that and it wasn't emotionally plummeting me. So that was nice to kind of be like, oh, this is cool.
Thank you. And it's very important to be vigilant during the process, because actually when you notice something happening, you make the process even more stronger and you're able to process it completely. So please just watch yourself closely. And it's also art of self-observation. You have to be aware what's going on inside. And because during first two classes, we cover so many layers and things, and so many traumas could pop up or memories. And I did it in a purpose, because using this vibrational tool coming from the channel of Divine Mother, you actually don't even have to go into a specific area or specific issue, because they design in such a way that the entire system, energy system, is covered. And if you have noticed, we start with a softening, and we're going through all the energy centers, which means by softening, I mean you bringing the attention there, and you start to breathe through this area. And the breath, it's an energy flow, it's a prana. It means you also do self-cleansing. And that's why I'm so insistent on this heart exercise, heart breathing exercise, because just by doing this, you on your own, without any teacher, without any guide, you can heal yourself tremendously. This is how powerful it is. So please pay attention to this area, I mean your heart, and do heart exercise as often as possible. You will see the changes very quickly. And by the way, Pam, talking to the show, may I suggest you something? Because a few days ago, a friend of mine suggested me to watch The Young Pope.
Oh, yes. You told us in class on Thursday.
The what?
It's a Young Pope.
It's on HBO.
Yes, HBO. You can watch it at Amazon.
Oh.
And it was one of the greatest movie for years. And I was so busy, but I wasn't able to resist. So one night I just spent by watching this. It's 10 episodes, and I almost covered all of them, but that was funny feeling, like in the back of my mind. I cannot stop, but at the same time, I know if I will stop, I will regret, because there is no the second season of it. And this show is great for any spiritual person, because there are so many layers, so many messages. You can watch it over and over, or you will find something else. And especially now, I believe it's great for the current time we're getting through. So I kindly suggest you, if I may. Anybody else, please don't be shy, because we in a group, we have to get together in order, because we flow in the same energy flow. We're getting through the same process. And to be open in front of each other, it's very important. This is how we develop trust.
I'll go.
Okay, you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. So last week, I think during the meditation, I really had a hard time focusing, and I was not fully there. I was thinking about a million other things and not really where I wanted to be. And I don't know whether it's a result of that, but my past week, or if it's just everything, but my past week has been pretty awful. I mean, it's just been, I've fallen into like old patterns. I'm having a really hard time in my marriage. I kind of shared that before at the first retreat. But I think that I'm just like, I feel myself losing control of myself, just everything. So it's been an overwhelming week, very emotional. Like my husband and I haven't really made a decision whether we're staying together or not. And it's been weighing on me for a long time now. So just been struggling, having a rough week and trying to refocus on myself and knowing that I'm more powerful than I really give myself credit for.
Yeah, I completely understand it, especially now, because your vibrations is getting changed now, and your entire environment will be affected by this. And definitely it should be bumpy time. But there is another step. If people who surround you, they really meant to be in your life, they will adjust to your new vibrations, because you're getting higher on your vibes. Mm-hmm. And you kind of dragging them up, and you helping them to grow. But definitely it's up to them if they choose to go with you or not. But it's definitely not the point for you to stop.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. And healing, very often it's painful process. But when you get through all of this pain and traumas, then you're free, free of drama. But it's way to go.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so brave.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I was saying to Francis when we first got on the call that this is Joy. That I started online dating, back in November. I said, gee, all I do is go to work and go to class, and I'm really kind of tired of this. And I thought, what a great idea. I never really go to the bars. How else am I going to meet people, right? So I started online dating, and I had this one experience that was hard. All the other ones after that were kind of easy. But, when you online date, it's not like they know you from anywhere. They don't admire you from anywhere. It's kind of like meeting someone in a bar, sort of. Maybe there's a connection. Maybe there's attraction. So I think that it's for both parties. You both can be, like, rejected. And so I got rejected, and then I rejected people. And I was, like, having all these, like, weird experiences. So I really wanted to not only get back to the group, but I wanted to also process that. And I've been feeling much better. And I feel, and I'm freer too in a lot of my other, in a lot of other decisions that have been coming up, such as like work. Do I want to work where I work right now? Or am I tired of it? What's holding you there? Try to see what else is going on. That kind of stuff. Like, why stay in something that's bothering you? So, in that way, I just feel liberation.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if no one, James, anything from you?
Well, during the last week's class, what happens to me as the session goes on, it happened also watching the video of the first one, I notice myself, my mind getting more and more sort of quiet and blank, and sometimes I hear your words, but it doesn't even occur to me to follow the instructions. But I would say 90% of the time I follow your instructions. And even though I'm sort of very cognitive and sort of, left-brained, and, I work as an engineer and all that, when you say soften the heart, somehow I know exactly what that means to do, how to relax. And so I've been observing myself over the last week, and I noticed that I still have reactions that I regard as, not so good. I get impatient or a little irritated when things are sort of not going my way. So I just say, oh, well, I'm not there yet.
Okay, it's okay. It's a process, but the good thing you keep notice, it means you're aware. It's not like subconsciously you just react. And you don't have to suppress, because when the right time will come, you will not develop any reactions. And you also will be aware of this. But do not suppress. It's very important. Just go with what it is and feel more, I would say. Feel deeply.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And oh, by the way, and toward the end of I feel like my awareness is sort of filled with something, but I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of abstract. And I feel sort of very cleaned out, by the end of the class. And then during the week, then I don't really notice.
It's another very important thing I would tell you. Every time when you feel like you're going down, it's to all of you, not for you, just James. When you feel you're going down or slipping down, right? This is a term we use, Pam?
Yeah. Yes.
Every time when you feel it, you have to immediately take an action. Immediately. Do not stay like this. Why? Because it will drag you even lower. So every time when you feel like I'm not okay, do something. You can do a lot of things. We have a lot of tools for this. Like the easiest one, take a shower or take a salt bath. Some of you know what it is because during retreat, I usually distribute this special salt. If you don't have my salt, just use regular salt because through your soles of your feet, all the negativity will be released into the salt water. Another thing, it's a more serious, just go back to any recording because we're covering all the layers. You will be clean again and you will be filled with a light and you will be filled with all the vibrational tools we use during the class, which is divine light, divine love, divine truth. It's a different type of vibrations. It will cleanse your system again. So do not stay like this. And especially Brooke, for you, I would say maybe you have to do this twice a day.
Yeah.
Before you start your day and at the end, and go sleep peacefully. So you have to cleanse yourself. Cleanse.
It was really good for going to sleep. I don't know if anybody tried it, but I did it every night. And at the end of the meditation, because it's a long meditation for me, I was like, okay, all I want to do now is go to sleep.
Yeah, it's important because, for example, like just bring my personal example. I didn't know for years. Sometimes I do not have dreams. Sometimes I have very vivid dreams. It's again energy related energy, energy related things. But so I just have noticed at my dreams, sometimes I'm being disturbed by forces I'm not aware of. And actually, when I got in touch with my mentor and she taught me how to use all of these tools, and I start to do this on my own, there is a second part of the process. We're closing all the holes and doors. This is so important, and I didn't know this for many years. So it means I have some portals open, like astral portals open. That's why during the night, some of the beings just get into my energy field to have a harvest. So since we do this, you completely safe it during the night. Your sleep will be more than peaceful. It will be blissful. So I suggest, even though it's a long process, but I suggest you to do this often. Then when you get familiar, you can go on your own just by memory, like now I'm doing on my own. Every morning I start with this process, and for you, I do read because it's very important go through the entire text and scenario. But for me, I just using my memory, and part by part, I just clean myself and prepare for the day. And the day starts in such a blissful manner, I would say. And it's completely different life. So I'm kind of advertising the tools. And the more you use it, the more effective it will become for you. And it will be easy. Maybe for some of you, it's kind of long process and you're getting annoyed, but make to use it, and you will see the huge difference. Like within a couple months, you can be completely healed if you use it regularly. Okay, thank you. Melpi, would you like to say?
Basically, I didn't have any major breakthroughs, but it was also like, I felt right after our class last week that I had, and also Anna, my sister-in-law, like we had so much energy we couldn't sleep. And then I feel though when I do the meditations now, it's much like I used to always zone out, and now I'm able to hear the words pretty much much longer, like almost the whole. And I'm still having issues with sleeping. I've been trying to focus on getting healthier that way by having longer sleep. I haven't slept more than 5 or 6, usually 4 hours, but just because I wake up. So
And you want to sleep. You want.
I do. I'm trying to get healthier that way and get more sleep. So the first day after we did this, I slept for like 7 hours, but then it went back eventually to like 4 and 5.
Because I'm asking, because for some people 4 hours is enough. Like for myself, 4 hours it's a normal sleep. I don't need more. But if you feel you need more, this is another tool. I just through my experience, I realize how powerful it is, even though nobody offered it to me as a pill for insomnia. You start breathing through your ajna, and it very quickly you will clear your mind, because you cannot sleep because your mind overwhelmed, right? So when you start breathing through the ajna, within few minutes, it clears your mind, and you will be able, at least if not fall asleep completely, but you will be resting very well. It's going to be.
Yeah, I was breathing through my heart. I wasn't, so I think that was.
No, for insomnia, it's important to sleep here, because the entire activity happening in this level.
I was having a lot more vivid dreams. Like I sometimes remember my dreams and sometimes I don't, but I was having a lot more, like every night, having vivid dreams this week. So.
Yeah, this week we're having very, very intense energy. You can see it by the political activity and events. And energy is so strong, some people cannot digest it. Mm-hmm. So I completely understand you, but still the breathing through the ajna, through the third eye, will bring you to the peace and calm. I keep seeing in my dreams Vladimir Putin, and I don't know what to do, because actually, like I was about to ask, is there any remedies to get rid of him? I never miss him. But like 3 nights in a row, he's coming. And he's coming like my guest. Like I know him as a person, and he's in my house. Oh my God. I don't want it.
Maybe you're healing him.
Yeah, that's right.
I know a woman in my area, and she had dreams that she was married to Donald Trump, and she was like putting her hand on his heart and healing him, and all this very wild stuff. Who knows? Maybe there's some purpose.
Yeah, maybe, especially, yes, he needs healing. That's for sure. Okay, so remember last time I asked you what kind of issue you would like to bring for the session, but since nobody got this offer, I decided to use just astrological advantage of the time, because within few weeks, we will be very successful in healing like self-love issue. And I believe it's important for everyone. In my life, I had very, very, very few people. They were highly spiritual, who completely love themselves. And they're humble, but they truly love themselves. And it's very difficult in the spiritual area. It's one of the most difficult issues to deal with, to heal. And since through the general energies coming through on Earth now, I just would like to take advantage and heal this issue for tonight, even though we will get through the entire process. We start as usually we do with a heart breathing and invocation, and then I will invoke Divine Mother into me, and through her energy, we will clean layer by layer your entire energy system. But I will focus a little bit on a self-love issue, and starting for tonight, starting with kind of energy formation, mental formation. I am not good enough.
Yay! I was telepathically, I was like, please let it be. I'm not good enough.
Yes, and I would like to ask you who is not good enough in this group.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe everyone has it to some degree. So shall we start? If you have any questions or whatever you would like to share, it's better to do this now, because after the process, some of you probably would prefer to remain silent. So if you have any questions, you can ask now before we start. Yeah.
So we're focusing on self-love?
Yes, it's not just self-love. We're going to heal the mental formation, which is also energy formation. It's like energy structure in the mental level. I'm not good enough.
Okay, because I met someone who said to me he didn't want children. He really didn't want a relationship. He just wanted, someone in his life for a little while.
Uh-huh.
And then I found that. And me, I was like all into, yes, I want to marry, yes, I want children. And after I met this person, now I'm not interested in commitment either. And I've met perfectly good people, and I'm just not very interested in being sucked in. I'm just like, never mind. I don't know, because nobody wants that anyway. I don't know. It's really weird.
So it means you're ready for this process too, right?
Yes.
Good.
Can I ask you a quick question, Masha?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just really quick. So sometimes an image of Divine Mother comes to me during the meditation, and I get a little confused about who I should listen to, whether I should still listen to your voice or listen to her. Because
let me ask you, when you see her image, what kind of feeling you have at this moment? Is it kind of disturbing or?
No, it's like so loving, she's just with me. She's just staying right next to me. And so I don't know whether just to stay with that and stay close to her or do the next sequence.
Yes, it's kind of, you going a little bit advanced, but it's.
Oh, okay. Whoops, sorry.
It's okay. It means you're ready, and it will be useful for everyone. When you see any of divine being or hear voice or receiving messages, any appearance, any darshan, the first thing you have to, it doesn't matter what the feeling is, but the first thing you have to remember to ask, did you come in the name of God?
Okay.
At this point, you have to receive an answer, and the answer could come in two ways. If it should be expanding.
Right. Yes.
It means yes. If you will have nothing or constriction,
yeah,
it means no.
Okay.
At this very moment, you have to immediately send her to the light.
Right.
And don't be afraid, because if it was Divine Mother, but somehow you didn't receive confirmation correctly, he will never be offended if you send her to the light.
Okay.
So to send her to the light, it's like precautions, and it's better to do than not to do.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So if it's her, if it's truly her, and you receive the message, it's her in confirmation, of course, go with her.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, then
Masha, this is Francis. I just was going to say, I was going to suggest self-love as well. And with your other topic for me that came up this week was, in a sense, like not being good enough for to have God's love. You know, like I have to earn it, as opposed to it's just there.
Yes.
And so I think your topics are dead on for me as well.
Yes, absolutely. And through the voice of Divine Mother, you will hear so many times tonight, I love you, I love you. And make sure she's talking to you directly. And by the way, this show I just mentioned today will be great for you because it's actually so wonderful. Even the Pope, he will tempt it like connection with the God is a main thing in spiritual, and it's I'm just don't want to go deeper on this issue, but please also, if you have time before we leave to Costa Rica, just watch it at least few episodes. By the way, they do have Wi-Fi there.
Oh, they do?
Yes, I was
watch it all together, Francis.
Yeah. What's the name of the show?
The Young Pope. It's a
The Young Pope.
Italian director, Sorrentino, and it's HBO. If you have Amazon TV, it's an Amazon.
Right. Yeah, I saw the commercials or something for that. Yeah, that looked good.
It's not commercial. It's a piece of art. Every single shot of this movie could be in the Metropolitan Museum. It's a beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. And why I got back into this show, because actually he was exploring this issue a lot, like does God love him or not? And he felt disconnected so many times. But maybe during retreat we will explore this issue, because it was very important for me, especially during the last 2 years. And I will bring for all of you the article of Yogananda. It's actually instruction how to talk to God. So we will explore it more in a more detailed way, I would say. And by the way, Pamela and Francis, see you in one day in Costa Rica. Can you believe it?
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I was trying to see what kind of local flight I'm taking, just in case I can go share taxi with you. And I wasn't able to find the local ticket. And I like, oh my God, what? I forgot to buy it. But I found it. Yeah, this is how my brain functions.
Oh yes, right. I remember. You just forget that you actually do things.
Yes. So we're getting the same flight. It means we will meet in San Jose.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So they do have Wi-Fi, and they in a Wednesday I was planning something, but they said they have sushi night and dance and DJs coming, so we will have fun. And you please be jealous. But next time I invite you to join, because I believe we're going to make it like in a regular basis. And for you still can catch up with the Divine Mother love, because I don't know if you received my mail. For people who weren't able to go to Costa Rica, I still will do weekend retreat at the last weekend of February in Slotsburg. And I believe, James, you know what Slotsburg is, right? You went to this.
Yes, I went there once.
Yeah, I invite you, if you could join us, would be nice. And it's just for Saturday and Sunday. You don't have to arrive on Friday. So, and the price is lower, but we will have 2 full days of Divine Mother healing.
Yeah, I'm moving to Florida a few days after that.
Okay.
I'm going to be having a packing frenzy, so
okay.
Probably not this time, maybe a future one.
Yeah, but a good thing we have online connection now, so you can be in a field anyway. And Brooke and Melpe as well, if you would like to join, I would love to see you there for this weekend. Because we're going to have a break after tonight class for a couple weeks. That's why I'm telling you in advance. Okay, let's start. If you need 1-2 minutes of break, please do it. So